Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a video on how I created these two swirl effect tumblers using acrylic paints and Brite Tone. Brite Tone is an epoxy free alternative, and as you can see, you can create cups that are similar to the epoxy cups using something that is safer and non-toxic. So if you want to see how I created these two cups, go ahead and keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I started off with two prepped cups. I have a video on how to prep your cup by sanding and spray painting it. If you want to go and watch it, I'll link it down on the video description. I then did let my cup gas off for 24 to 48 hours. Here what I'm doing is I taped around the edges of my spinet. That way my cup doesn't fall off. I know a few of you had asked, how do I keep my cups on my spinet machine? Well, this is how. I just use regular electrical tape and tape around it, and this helps the cups not fall off. So I'm gonna start by turning my spinets on. I'm gonna be mixing my Brite Tone with acrylic paint on these little clear cups that I found at the Dollar Tree. They also bring the lid, so you can go ahead and close them if you make too much and save it. Popsicle sticks, and these are the acrylic paints. The first one is Artist Love in titanium white. This folk art one is teal, and this apple barrel is outrageous orange. And then you're gonna have your Brite Tone. These acrylic paints are water-based, and you want to make sure they are water-based since it's better to work with water-based products when you are using Crystalac. I'm going to start by putting just a little bit of Brite Tone inside the little clear cups, and then just a dot of the acrylic paint. Remember, you can always make more, and just don't waste too much of the Brite Tone. Just make a little bit, and then if you end up needing more, just add more Brite Tone and add more acrylic paint. You're going to use the popsicle sticks to go ahead and mix it. Also know that you can add mica powders or superfine glitter to your Brite Tone mixture along with your acrylic paints. I won't be doing it on these cups, but that's always an option. So here I am starting off by adding a coat of Brite Tone to both my cups. You're just gonna add a thin layer just so that your acrylic paint mixed with Brite Tone can have something to help it swirl around. So just a thin layer, and let it kind of settle and self-level for a second, and then we can start with the swirl effect. So I'm going to start off with the first color, which is going to be the orange. You're just going to start by just basically making lines with it, and then just letting the color basically go wherever it wants to go. Since your cup is spinning, it's going to create like that swirl effect by the time that it's dry. Next, I'm going in with a teal color. I like to just add the lines exactly where I added the previous ones. That way the colors can swirl together. I'm going to go back in with the same colors again after I do each color. I then go in with the white again right on top of the other lines that I had already created with the other two colors. I then go back in with the same colors again, just on the spots that I missed, and just add it wherever there's too much white showing. Here I'm just adding some of each color to the spots that have too much white showing. And you basically just do this until you're satisfied with your cup. Just adding it everywhere and anywhere. Here I felt like I needed more orange, so I went ahead and added more Brite Tone to my clear cup, and then just a little bit of acrylic paint into the cup as well, and mixed it, and then started adding my orange. As I said earlier, it's better to not have enough than to have too much. You don't want to make too much and then have to throw it away or have to save it and then not use it. So just make very little, and then as you go, if you need more, you can always make more. Also, I wanted to point out that the cups look like they're spinning super fast, but they are actually at the lowest speed that the spinet goes. Since I sped up the video, they look like they're spinning fast, but they're not. Put it on the lowest speed that your spinner goes. Whether you have the spinet or any other spinner, just go ahead and put it at the lowest speed. That way you can be able to just see where your cup needs more color, and you can just work better when the spinet is going slow. If you are satisfied with your cup, you're going to let it spin for an hour and then dry for 3 more for a total of 4 hours of dry time. So my cup has now dried for 4 hours, and I'm going to add another coat of Brite Tone. This is the second coat of Brite Tone after the first coat and the swirl effect that I added. I won't be recording every coat that I give my cup, just simply because I don't want you guys to be watching the same thing over and over. Every coat is added exactly the same, just enough to where your cup is not dripping. That's something that I like to always emphasize, because you don't want to add too little or too much. Just enough to where your cup is not dripping with Brite Tone. At the end of this video, I will add a summary for the entire cup, where I include all the coats that I gave the cup as well as anything that I did to the cup in between. After every coat, I like to just grab a baby wipe or any kind of wipe that you might have laying around in your house, and then just kind of run your finger through the inside of the cup just to make sure that you don't have any Brite Tone in there that's going to cure up, and then you're going to have to clean that up later. So here I am adding the decal or the design to my cup. This is going to be a Miami Dolphin cup. That's why I use the teal and the orange and white. I'm going to be applying the decals with using the wet method. And here is my transfer tape, and you're going to need your scraper. I'm going to add the same design to both of the cups, just a different name. And I'm just kind of going to find a spot where it's the smoothest. I've only added 2 coats of Brite Tone onto this cup, and since there's no glitter, the cup is really not that bumpy. So at the second coat, you can go ahead, after your second coat, you can go ahead and add your decal. The wet method is pretty much straightforward. You dip the decal into the water, and it makes it less sticky, just in case you make a mistake or you want to move it a little bit. It gives you kind of wiggle space to be able to do that. Whereas if you were to be applying the decal without the water, if you go ahead and place it somewhere and you don't like it and you lift it, your Brite Tone will lift, since your Brite Tone isn't fully cured. Once the vinyl dries up, the design, it does become permanent. I did use permanent vinyl, so it does become permanent after it dries. Please do wait until, if you use the water method, wait until your design fully dries off. You can use a blow dryer and just put it on the lowest heat, and then just kind of blow dry your cup, and it'll dry faster if you kind of don't want to wait. Um, but yeah, this is my third coat of Brite Tone that I'm going to be applying to my cup. This is the coat after the decal, and this is the last coat that I did film. But in total, this cup took 8 coats of Brite Tone to fully cover the designs and the swirl effect that I did. Since this was a double layered dolphin decal, it did take a little bit more, whereas the names did they were covered after maybe like the 6th coat. And then I did go ahead and add 2 more coats to just go ahead and cover the dolphin logo. But that's pretty much for this video. I will add the summary and once this video is over, I'll add it at the end. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any video suggestions for me, go ahead and drop that in the comments and I'll consider doing the video. Thank you so much.